everyone, Ivy Lee Gaming here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, I'm going to read through some dev Q&A. We have another dev insights.
The finest blood for the most untainted soul.
So I'm going to do similar to last time because, well, I did a poll on YouTube and it was overwhelmingly clear you guys prefer a shortened version of not reading through literally everything, because we know sometimes there's just questions that are not even answered. Sometimes there's duplicates of the exact same topic. Sometimes there's, just a hot mess of stuff and doesn't really, give us much. Sometimes we get a lot. So I'm kind of gonna, I guess, curate the list and only read through and show you guys ones that I think are important. I'm gonna try better. I know someone mentioned last time I forgot a couple key ones, but that's the hard part. Like, this is, if I don't read everything, I might skip something that I don't think is a big deal, but maybe you guys do. So that is kind of the drawback of deciding whether or not to read them all versus cut them back. But I'm gonna do my best to make sure I include anything that sounds important, including any adjustments or comments about specific heroes. So let's get into the dev insights for January 12th. This is from questions related to December 18th through the 24th. And if you guys want to know where you put suggestions, there is a bar counter category in the Watcher of Realms official Discord. Make sure you turn on show all channels, and then there is a submit suggestion button. And then you put your suggestion based on the topic, and those populate to those other areas for what the devs are going to reply to. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so the first one I want to read, I don't even know what they mean, so maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. Why are some of the games, or even yours, we cannot choose the front character? I saw others can choose any 3 of them. This game is just go straight to fight. I don't know what they mean. But they say we're already working on this feature and we'll launch it in a later version. What the heck do they mean by question 2? Does anybody know? Maybe it was a bad translation. I don't know, but I don't have any idea what they mean. A front character? Like, or you can choose any 3 of them? 3 of what? I don't know what they're talking about. Let me know in the comments below if you do. So question 8, please include another section for the current war contribution points. That could help us players monitor each member's performance. So this says, thanks for the suggestion, Commander. We'll consider optimizing this content. I noticed at the end of Guild Wars, I got a little notification that said all the contribution points. And you can kind of see overall who's got contribution points, but it does make sense for a leader or the deputies to want to see who's contributed so far in the current war easier. I don't think it's very clear unless there's something I can't see because I'm not a leader, so that's a really good one. All right, question 10 related to Guild Wars. It's going to be a kind of a weird translation, I think, but I'm going to try. That according to the logic of developers, in order to swap players, you need to kick someone in order to accept them and then accept them again. So they're not tied to any fortress. And only if they have that rank can the player occupy the fortress in need. Do you not understand how important this mode is for guilds? Why do you not care so much about the players? If this continues, I will take the entire team to another project. Check how much data is coming from us. So this guild is really unhappy because of the way the system works with being able to move players or not around, I think is kind of the issue. Because to be fair, that makes sense. Like, there's a lot of, you have to give a person an elite position before they can occupy a fortress. I don't think that's necessary, right? Why do you have to make someone an elite before they can occupy a fortress? And the guild leader should be able to move anybody around during the preparation phase, no matter what. Or just remove someone, period, not just swap them if they're inactive, or if there's someone says they're quitting, or I don't know. But there should definitely be situations that allow for easier adjustments of where people are positioned. So that could definitely use a little bit more optimization. So question 12 is one I definitely wish was the case. It would be nice if guild versus guild teams and gear are locked when you make the team. Every week my team goes into guild versus guild without gear. I often use my auto battles when sleeping, and I need those gear. I need those to gear heroes. Let's make the game more friendly for those of us that live on the other side of the world. Thank you for the suggestion. We aren't considering locking them right now, but we will optimize it to avoid this problem. Yeah, I don't know what they mean, but they'll optimize it to avoid this problem. I do think it's a struggle with moving gear around for so much content, which you don't have to do, to be fair, but they added the gear swap feature so we can, so let us use it, right? But it's so easy to forget, like, oh crap, I stole my Valk's gear, but she's there in my guild war. Like, that's so hard. Definitely, there should be some sort of stamp of memory in the game. When you set your defense, it would be great if it remembered all the gear. So you could put your team together. Although this is a struggle too, because then people are going to be super OP with their best gear on their account for their guild versus guild. It's going to be even harder than it already is. So I don't know. I guess you can't win either way. Alright, question 17. Please change the drop rates of Nightmare Void Rift to 100% unique artifacts and allow us to auto all stages. They say, thank you for your suggestion, Commander. We are currently developing the auto battle feature. We've also made specific optimizations to enhance the experience of the exclusive artifacts section. Yeah, I think they mean like to have it be only exclusives that drop. I would love that, honestly, because for one, we only get like one per week anyway. So, and it's really hard to be able to improve an exclusive artifact. Like what, we got that Cetram artifact from the event, and I'm not using it because my maxed out other Nether Messenger is better. You know, I don't know. It's hard to have a chances to get exclusive legend or mythic artifacts as it is. So it would be really nice if it was only exclusive artifacts from Void Rift for Hard and Nightmare. That would be much preferred, I think. This is a big issue. The next one, question 18. Can you please implement more epics and viable rares in the game? Since I started playing, only new legendary champions have been released. Every month it seems like there's a quota to release more and more Legos, and you forget about the other rarity. Maybe change the awakening for rares so it's more of the just 50 attack. Please and thank you. I love the game, but I'd like to see the direction it's going in. They said, we are planning to launch more epic heroes regularly in the future. Stay tuned. Yeah, they've only added like 3 or 4, if that, to epics. I guess if you count Chaos Dominion, there's a few more. But there's very few new epics added. I think 2 that were not... Excuse me. I think 2 that were not the new faction, right? The orc and then the archer. So the next question reminded me of something funny. Question 20. Please stop giving out rare crystals as rewards if they have any value. As if they have any value. It's a complete waste and feels like a slap in the face. I now have 99 of them and thousands of dust for what? Nothing. Stop giving them out as rewards. I would rather get nothing. They say we're continuously optimizing rewards and making adjustments based on players' feedback. And you know what I forgot, guys? You know there's that thing called guild donation? They don't give us a red dot on guild donation. I really wish they did. Every day. I forgot it was every day. I thought it was once a week. The first day that we got the update, I did the guild donation. I did everything except the epic skill crystals. So I'm like, nah, I think I want my crystals. And then today I was like, oh yeah, we had a reset. Maybe I should see what's up for the guild donation again. It's a daily. I didn't even remember that it was daily because we don't have a red dot. Sometimes they don't give us red dots when we need it. And that's one place I really think we need it. Because I don't know about you guys, but I kind of already forgot about guild donation. I really did. I really forgot about it. And it just like, I remember, I was doing my Guild War fight and all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, guild donation, that's a thing. What do I got for this week? Oh, it's not weekly. It was just a funny series of events in my brain of being like, oh crap. I forgot so much, could have earned so many more guild coins, but they don't remind us. I feel like we kind of need that reminder because it's just a tiny little circle in the bottom of your guild screen that never gets a red dot. And I think it needs to be part of the rotation of what you need to remember to do every day. But I forgot it existed. All right, this is interesting. Question 21. I haven't seen anything about this yet, so hoping to provide a good in-game suggestion. Since Ajax can be part of any faction, should Ajax be available for all faction trials? I think that would be a huge benefit for anyone who's able to pull him. That's fair. They say, thank you for the suggestion. We have noted the issue and are currently optimizing it. It will appear in a later version. So is that a yes? They're going to let Ajax be able to be used in all of the faction trials? That is amazing, because what's the point of pulling a legendary hero that's great for all factions if, number one, you can't use him in all factions, number two, he eats up the pity from ancient summoning crystals even though he's not a lord, but he eats up the pity for a lord, so at least give him a little bit more value. And I think using him in any of the faction trials would be amazing and feel even more worth the sacrifice if you did pull him, so to speak, instead of an actual lord from an ancient summoning crystal. All right, here's an important one based on the new auto fight feature that was introduced for the Forerunner server. So auto fight should be able to run in the background. The option to be able to flip between Watcher of Realms and any other app would increase the amount of time I play the game. As it stands, I'm playing less because there are other more important things to do during the limited time I have each day than sit on my phone. If Watcher ran in the background, I would not have to choose. Killer game otherwise. They say, thank you. The back-end battle function is undergoing final adjustments and optimizations. It will be ready soon. So in case you guys don't know what we're referencing here, in my video for the Forerunner server, they talked about background fights, but they missed the mark on this. They completely missed the mark. This is the first time I'm really hearing a ton of negative feedback is this patch. Number one, a buff to Cratch with only a couple deployment cost drop. Not enough of a buff for Cratch. There's too many other things they could do to make him better. That's not good enough. And then the background fight is just a complete letdown. So you can use background fights, of course, while you have your game open, but the only thing you could do is anything that does not involve entering a battle. So what? You can click some red dots and clear them, accept rewards. You can cleanse your gear, and is that it? Like, what else can you do that isn't entering a fight? The whole point of the idea of background fights or background farming would be either A, you set up a bunch of gear raid, a bunch of gear raids, and you're doing 100 battles. That minimizes, and while you're doing that, you go do guild boss, or go do arena, or go farm something else manually. That should be the whole point. Or even better, which yes, other games do this. So despite you guys being skeptical sometimes, I promise you I've played other games that do this. Or you can completely close your game. Minimize the game, at least in the background. Maybe it has to be like, you can't swipe it away to where it closes. But on your phone, it can at least be in the background. And you're literally on other apps, and Watcher of Realms is not up on your screen for the moment. That is the ideal. One or the other, or both. I've played games that do both, so we definitely know it's possible, and I hope they improve the idea of background auto fights, because right now it doesn't seem like there's any point to them adding this feature, unfortunately. All right, question 33. Can you guys make it possible to give us a guaranteed drop of ancient gear after, I don't know, 50 or 100 auto battle runs? I already have 300 runs here from a previous Gear Raid 1 event, and it's annoying and frustrating to see nothing. Like, not one ancient piece. Makes us angry and mad. They said, we will consider this direction to improve everyone's experience in obtaining ancient gear. yeah, having some sort of a pity would be nice. If people are going to take the time, effort, resources to farm 500 battles and not get one single ancient piece, that's frustrating, you know? Like, have there be, yeah, one every 100 at least, right? I think that's fair. That's not asking too much. All right, and last here, there's a question regarding the Asian servers. So this says, hello, I'm living in Japan and the test server just ended today. This is not the channel for it, but I searched in every other corner to find no information or ways to contact the devs, CMs or so. The mods of Discord was just chatting and don't even know the answer to players' questions. So here's my simple question. Where can I find information about when the Asian server will be open? Thanks for your time. They said, we are currently making, preparing, and optimizing more features for everyone. For the latest news, please follow our official website and community announcements. We will let everyone know the opening time as soon as possible. I mean, personally, I've seen no news about a Japan or other Asia test server or new servers coming or new countries being added, so I'm not so sure that this is a real answer. I would like to know personally if they extend the game to more regions. We should know that, so as content creators, we can announce that. Like, hey, the game's finally available in India, you know, like when that happens or if it happens. We kind of need to say that. So many people are always asking, like, why can't I download the game in my country? There's a lot of restrictions, but if it's coming out in other Asian countries, it would be really good to know, and it would be good to see that properly in announcements. But I don't think they do post anything in the community announcements unless they have a separate section for Japan, Asia, or other Asian countries that I'm just not seeing because of the language choices. But yeah, I don't know. I have not heard anything about some Japan test server, and nor have I heard anything about which countries have been added. So it would be nice to get more clear so we can let our communities know. But all right, guys, those are some of the key notes for this Dev Insights. Nothing too crazy, but a little bit of, you know, feedback for the devs and hearing a little bit about what they're working on. Not so bad. Just, yeah, nothing game breaking yet, but hey, they're doing good with their updates. The game's been fun. Overall, it's been a very positive experience.